Hey, Greg Peterson coming to you from Phoenix, but not the urban farm. I'm in a friend of mine's backyard, and you can see we've got lawn everywhere. And we want to plant a fruit tree. We're going to plant a peach tree right here. But today we're just pre-digging the hole and putting the supplements in the hole so you can see how to do that. You'll notice that they've got fruit trees growing in their yard. Our biggest challenge when we're planting in a lawn is making sure that we get the tree established before the grass can outcompete the tree, which can happen really easily. The way we're going to do that is we're going to dig a 6-foot diameter basin here and cut the grass back out of it. Then when we actually plant the tree coming up in January, we're going to fill that basin with woody mulch. And then the homeowner's job will be to edge around the edge of the basin with the weed whacker to keep the grass from growing in the basin. So we've got all our supplies here. We've got the Farmer Greg's planting mix. This is the potting mix or planting mix that you're going to put in the hole with the tree. We'll talk about how to do that in a little while. We've got worm castings. These are fresh worm castings from the urban farm. Worm castings are great. It's amazing. We've got azomite, which is a micronutrient mineral that we're adding to the soil. We're adding mycorrhizal fungi, which is life in the soil. And what we do at the Urban Farm Fruit Tree Program is we actually make up 5 packs so you can plant 5 trees, or a single pack. And this happens to be a single pack. That's the one we'll be using today. All right, so where this stake is at is where the tree is actually going. So what we're going to start by doing is we're going to start by cutting a basin in the grass, and I'll show you how to do that. This is one of my favorite shovels. It's called a sharpshooter shovel, and we're going to come out about 3 feet from the stake, and we're just going to mark a line. 3 feet all the way around it. Oh, this is really nice soil. And then what I'm going to do, come on closer. Then what we're going to do is we're going to actually pop this stuff up and out. The grass is actually going to get thrown away, because this is Bermuda grass. This is gnarly stuff. So we'll end up putting this away. So putting this away, we're going to use it somewhere else in the landscape or throwing it out. All right, so now we have our basin. Basin's approximately 6 feet in diameter, and we have our planting hole in the middle. One of the things that I want you to be very aware of is notice how when the shovel is coming along the edge of there, it's making it real smooth. You want to make sure that you don't keep that smooth. So we're going to take the shovel and we're going to hit the sides of it with the side of the shovel. Perfect. Like that. Yep. That way the roots have some place to go. And then when we mix the soil that goes in here, we're taking 40% of the dirt out of this hole, and we're going to add 60% Farmer Greg's planting mix and the supplements in the wheelbarrow here in a minute. I'll show you that. And then we're going to load it back in the hole, and we'll be done for the moment. All right, so what we've done, we got our basin, we've got our hole, we've got about 40% of the dirt that came out of the hole in the wheelbarrow. We're going to take Farmer Greg's planting mix here. This comes from Tank's Green Stuff down in Tucson. They made it up special for us. And we're going to mix about a 60-40 mix in the wheelbarrow. And then on top of that, what we have is a single tree planting kit here that includes 1 ounce of mycorrhiza, 1 pound of worm castings, and 1 pound of azomite. And what we're going to do is we're just going to dump it right in here in the wheelbarrow. And you'll notice in bundle is also that's the mycorrhiza. Just want to get the mycorrhiza. This is the life that's in the soil. This is fungal and good fungal and bacteria. And then what we're going to do, stay here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to mix. We don't want the detritus in there. We're just going to mix it in the wheelbarrow. Mix it back and forth. Want to get all the good stuff mixed together, the worm castings, the mycorrhiza, all that stuff. And then this is getting dumped back in the hole. And by pre-digging your holes like this, we're actually starting to cure the hole and get the microbes and everything growing in the hole, so that when your trees arrive in January, your bare root trees arrive in January, and your citrus trees arrive in February, it's really easy to dig the hole back out, put the tree in, and you're good to go. So we'll be back in January to plant a peach tree in this hole, so you'll be able to see us digging it out and planting away. And then the basin around the tree gets 6 inches of woody mulch. All right, we got all that good stuff in the hole. Right now we're watering it. Your job between now and when you plant your fruit trees is just twice a month, fill this basin with water so that it gets really good and soaked. And we'll see you in January to pick up your trees. Hey everybody, at my friend Brad's house, we've got a hole that we pre-dug 2 months ago that we're gonna redig and plant this wonderful peach tree sitting over there. But I wanna review for you what to put in the hole. So you have your native soil that you're digging out of the hole. You're gonna use about 40% of the native soil. You're gonna use 60% Farmer Greg's planting mix, and you're gonna mix that in a wheelbarrow. And then you're gonna use the mycorrhiza, azomite, and worm castings. And this is what they look like. So worm castings, this is a bag of worm castings. It's basically just worm poop. And it's really, really high in nutrients, and it has a lot of life in it. So you're gonna use a pound of that. You're gonna use a pound of azomite. Azomite is a micronutrient that feeds the soil and it feeds the tree. And you're gonna use an ounce of mycorrhizal fungal. That's life for the soil. So there you go. This is what you put in the hole. You pre-mix it in your wheelbarrow and then add it in the hole when you're planting your tree. Like I said, we've pre-dug this one. We're gonna dig it out and then we're gonna plant the tree. I'll show you that in a minute. All right, so we're starting to dig, and what I wanna show you is this has been in the hole for the past 3 months. This is the planting mix, the mycorrhiza and the worm castings, and it's already starting to do its work. I can already tell, but this is what it looks like. The tree is sitting at about the right height. You'll notice that these roots are a little bit above grade of the bottom of the basin, but the dirt is gonna fill in this space right here like this, and we'll bring the dirt up to this height, and then we're gonna fill the rest of this with woody mulch. Stand by. All right, we got the tree planted. You'll notice that we have our basin around the tree. This is a tree planted again in the lawn. So we've got our basin around the tree, which we're gonna fill with woody mulch here in a minute. And the tree is sitting up in the middle of the basin. And you'll notice that the compost and the soil mixture is kind of hilled in the middle like that. So that when we put the woody mulch in, the woody mulch will come to this height right here. And the graft point will be above the woody mulch. That's really, really important. So we have woody mulch at the Urban Farm General Store. You can get it. You buy 3, you get 1 free. It's a great way to do it if you have 2 or 3 trees to plant. But if you want to plant a lot of trees, you might think about getting bulk mulch. But if you get bulk mulch, you get a whole lot. So just pay attention to that. So all we're going to do, we're going to take these. We're just going to spread the woody mulch in the basin. You'll notice that we have the hose going already. And this is about a 5.5 foot basin here that we made before. Looks like 2 bags is going to do it on this one. All right. We're going to bring it up to the ground level around. Then your job is to make sure that you keep the Bermuda grass from growing in this basin over the course of the next year while it gets while the tree gets established, because Bermuda grass can outcompete your tree. Okay, we're going to need a 3rd bag. Be careful with the knives, huh? Okay. Okay. There we go. So remember, we put the tree on a mound in the middle, so it's sitting up a little higher. Here's the graft point, and the woody mulch isn't up to that. It's below that by about 2 inches. It's a perfect planting height right here. So this particular tree is on a drip system. I'm going to do another video here in the next couple of weeks where I show how to do this, but this kind of drip on this tree is not good. You need another kind of drip. It's our drip irrigation circle that's available in the general store. Check for that. Ray or I can talk to you about that when you come on lot, but there we go. Now we're going to fill this basin with water, and it's good to go and start eating peaches in about 3 years.